Welcome, veterans. I want to thank you for spending a little bit of time with us today. We got an interesting subject to talk about. We're going to go ahead and jump right into it. VA Claims Insider Elite process.
Just going into an overview, a more detailed overview of the individualized steps, and you'll kind of see it here where it talks about welcome and program overview. The step one, congratulations, kind of ready to get started. And then you'll be able to let you know that we received your elite membership agreement. We ask that you check your devices, email, mobile devices, about 15 minutes or so after signing up. For the welcome message, the welcome, you get an introduction email, as well as the elite program overview and expectation. And we talk a bit about, hey, you taking ownership of your VA claim. We always like to say you're the most important part of the claims process, that we just kind of help you along. And so, yes, you need to do some work in our program and help us help you. All right. So we talk about don't worry, though, because we're your expert guides. And that could be, we want to have you follow the lead of your veteran coach. But that could be as simple as uploading the appropriate things so we can, again, in that strategy session, have a firm feel for which action steps, step 3, 4, or beyond, might you need in this particular case.
Now, this is your strategy session. This is where we find out what you don't have or what you do have, so we can actually get you going on your journey, on your path, like I said, to the finish line. This is actually a very important thing to where you're sitting there with a coach and you're actually going over everything that you're, want to consider, what you want to go ahead and talk about. And then also the coach is actually going to help you realize that, hey, look, because you have this, you might be able to secondary this to this. So there's a number of things that happen during the strategy session, and it's very important because it actually dictates exactly sooner or later how you're going to go through this whole process. And we also have access to live group classes. There's also, by getting that advice and stuff like that, you're going to understand that, sort of like what Brian Reese, our founder, says, you deserve it. You're going to realize that, hey, wait, I really need to get into this and become a student of the process. And during the strategy session, you're going to do that. And you're going to find out, hey, yeah, I deserve it. I'm a veteran. I've done this. I signed that dotted line just like everybody else. I put myself in harm's way just like everybody else. You're a veteran and you do deserve this. So you need to go ahead and really get involved with this. And like I said, become a student of it, learn all the aspects of it. But definitely during a strategy session, you're going to be able to put that puzzle piece and start looking at it and start realizing, yeah, okay, there is a path here.
A big part of what we do just in general is of a customer service nature, just kind of like Dr. John said, really dialing down on the individualized approach. So in this step 3 here, it talks about an independent psychological evaluation and an IMO nexus, independent medical opinion nexus. And so if it is warranted, and that's, big if, not necessarily everybody, but if it is warranted, after the strategy, we'll have you sign up for that independent psychology evaluation, where you get a combined IMO, the medical opinion, and a nexus statement from a U.S. board certified psychologist. So that independent evaluation, which you get a heavily discounted rate for, is considered one of the single most important things that you can do to get the disability rating you deserve, again, if warranted.
All right, and this is about the medical team. This is about the other conditions or trauma that you've had to your body, and you're going to have a bunch of experts that are actually going to help you get through a load of stuff like you see right here: sleep apnea, migraines, headaches, GERD, IBS, radiculopathy. Which is funny because I didn't even know what radiculopathy was till I got here. And it's actually where you have a little bit of nerve damage there, and that causes pain on a daily basis. So, and I was like, yeah, I know what that is now because I go through that. But at the point, I didn't know what it was called. So, you're going to get educated a lot by being in this program. And that's the cool part, is as you're getting educated, you're going to feel a little bit better about learning about what's going on here.
Step 5, claim building and submission. This can be a big one in the worry or understanding of many a veteran, because oftentimes the sentiment is don't want to mess it up, so to speak, right? And so it's not even to downplay it, here, but just to have an understanding of these steps go all together. So, your coach, veteran coach and team, we do step-by-step group training sessions, helping you walking through building your own VA claim and uploading your evidence and submitting it to the VA. Just practical steps in that process. And we also have resources, educational tools and resources, videos and files to help you understand, having those to walk you through the process, again, step by step, available 24 hours, 365 days a week to utilize. And again, the slide reiterates how it may be intimidating or difficult, or there's a history there. You did it before, or somebody helped you before and it didn't go as well. That the way that you put it together and submitting through the educational component, you'll be able to kind of follow the lead and know that we got your back, we got your 6. And so even claim building and submission, you get some help, so it's not as intimidating, so to speak.
All right, the CNP exam preparation and coaching. This is one of my favorite parts of the whole process, because this is the part where everybody gets a little nervous. Okay, I got to go talk to another doctor. I got to do this. But the point of it is it's time for you to go ahead, like Dr. Mike said earlier, is take claim, take control of your claim that you're going to do, because this is the point where you actually get to tell them exactly what is going on with you, exactly how it hurts, how it affects you on a daily basis, and as well as how it affects other areas in your life with your family, life with your work, life with social, or the lack of, because of this particular condition. So you're going to get a step-by-step walkthrough that's available 24/7, 365 for you to look at. The CNP, we also have very important live classes to so you can actually listen to others that are going through the same process and also pick up little nuggets here and there. And to be honest with you, when I was coming through the program, I didn't miss one class, because by doing that, I got to hear so many different coaches say little different nuggets, that not only was I comfortable when I went to do any CNP exam, I knew what to expect. I knew what was coming up. I knew how this was going to work. So this is a very important part, and by getting involved with those classes and involved with other veterans that are going through the same thing, you're going to learn a lot. So next slide.
And so step 7 comes to the VA claim decision and review. Your veteran coach and the team will conduct an analysis of your claim decision and provide recommendations for next step. We ask that through this process, and this can be, I call it hurry up and wait. So we call it hurry up and wait sometimes, right? You can make sure you're checking va.gov, weekly after your submission. You can see if the disability rating has increased, and make sure you're communicating any check-ins with your coach team accordingly. Your claim is likely to be awarded right off the bat, but if not, right, don't forget, even if it's denied, we still continue coaching you through the process to ensure that you get the benefits you deserve. So I always say there's a plan for that, whatever that may be. If you put up a claim and it's effective, either you celebrate the victory in the end, and if not, we have step or homework to do, paperwork virtually or otherwise, to be done, at least kind of direct you, beyond that step. And so definitely a big part of what we do. Sometimes those letters, most times those letters, if not all the time, can be very intimidating. The decision, you'll get the detailed decision letter with the seal on it, where it has all the information and breakdown of what one might need. And so we try to break down that mental hurdle, take it down, and make it bite-sized to keep fighting for what it is that we think you deserve in general terms. So.
Oh, I love that bite size. That's exactly what we do. That's a perfect way to explain it. All right, we're at the next step or the last step, and like what Dr. Mike was saying, sometimes it comes back and there's going to be something there that the VA is still looking for. But when they get to send you that letter, when you cut away all the stuff that's always there, what I call the smoke and mirror part that they have in there, inside the decision could be a little nugget that tells us what we exactly have to do here. And then sometimes it's like, no, I think you had a perfect claim. I think we need to let a senior rater look at this. So we recommend a higher level review. Or if inside there they say you're missing something inside that decision letter, then we go ahead and make sure that you can actually go get it, and we go ahead and add brand new medical evidence and do the supplemental part of it. So no matter what, your coach is always going to be, let's say, one or two steps above or one or two steps beyond, because we've been through this. We understand how that works. And a lot of us have actually been clients and actually understand how I got denied a couple of times. But it was so funny because I was actually going like, oh man, I'm so disappointed. But my coach had me going still, going like, it's okay. We already know what we're going to do. And that makes you feel good because you're by going through this process, it really gets to you, really eats away at you sometimes. But if you got a coach that's actually helping you with that and say, it's okay, we already know where we're going, you might as well just have fun and enjoy the ride. So,
Dr. T, I think the inner nerd in me can't help but to say this. Sometimes when people are looking or waiting for the letter, or you kind of go get the letter, you can predict or even see what it says based on the right line of questions. And so just that, and then to have the veteran learn how to break these things down and understand this through the process. The nerd meter in me was twitching just to say that, man.
No, that's perfect. I love it. The nerd meter. I'm sure I've got that too. So I hope everybody has a great day. Remember, we're building a community. Come on in, come and join us. That way you can actually be part of this group. So you guys have a great one and look forward to seeing you guys next time. Thanks, Dr. Mike.
Thank you, Dr. T. Thank you, everybody.